Testing. All right. So welcome back, y'all. This is All Access Garage. My name's Josh Hankin, and today we're in a weird situation, right? You know, I've never been in this situation. Of course, we're all used to seeing me in the studio, but now we're at the chess club with a band that is, quite frankly, one of the best I've heard in quite a while. Without further ado, it's Teen Mortgage. Welcome, y'all.
What up?
What's up?
All right, y'all. So, of course, sitting right here to my left is Ed, and farther, it's James. So, we're going to just go and talk, just chat about life, see how that goes. So, again, first off, how was it touring for you guys? How was it, traveling from your home state to now over here?
It's been cool. We never done it out this far, so it's sick to come out. We did Buc-ee's like 3 times in this area. So, yeah, just the barbecue alone, it's been amazing.
Yeah, I mean, basically what he said, same thing. Like, we've done long tours in the past, not like this long as far as like amount of dates. But it's kind of like returning to form. Like, this is the first time we've been, we just started going back out touring maybe in like June, because it's the time where we decided like it was unlikely that everything was just going to get canceled, like right off the bat. So we wanted to do this in 2020. Like, keep saying something happened around that time, and I don't know what it was, but all of a sudden, like, just wasn't really an option.
Yeah. But there you go. So, again, given with the whole touring and everything now we're all back in full force now, now we're kind of that post-pandemic stuff now. We're all kind of hopefully getting out of this. But so now, what plans do you have now? You recently just went ahead and released a new song called Tuning In. What other surprises do you guys have for us coming in forward further?
We're going to be releasing just singles throughout the next year, basically. So, just kind of look out for those singles. Just going to try to drop them as like kind of consistently as possible. Yeah. So, just kind of promote song by song. Man, I think it's going to be the best releases we've done yet, for sure.
Yeah, like, we'll probably be going back and doing like some sporadic dates for the rest of the year, but like, as far as runs, I don't think we have any more time to come out, because like the season kind of drops down like November, December. But we're already lining up and just trying to figure out what we're going to do. Probably just start hitting the road again, like right when January hits. That's like our first line of business when we go back in October, is to sit down, look at our calendars, and decide what's up. Yeah. We mentioned some of our other potential plans earlier that I didn't know if I wanted to jinx or not, but
fingers crossed, y'all.
Hopefully we'll be doing some big stuff in like February and March. Yeah. We've got a whole bunch of other stuff lined up that's like, it's not announced yet, but this is probably the most plans and material we've been sitting on for maybe like the last like 3 years. Yeah. So a lot of good things.
Okay, right. So kind of focusing you guys more as a band now. Again, I was talking to Ed earlier. Earlier, it was much more kind of like a softer tone to you guys. Now you've reached to the point where it's a little bit more, a lot more thrashier, a lot more mosh type of music. Okay. So, how did you guys get to that point? What made you guys realize, this is the type of music I want to make? Did it just come maybe like in the studio where you guys were just doing that?
Yeah, for sure. I think it just came naturally between like the influences we share. I think as well, like I kind of got into more like New York hardcore and kind of things of that nature, and that might have had an influence. Like I live in Baltimore now, and it's like a good hardcore scene, so I think that's probably had like an influence on the sound.
Yeah, I mean, like when it started, it was like he had been working with this project kind of in some form under a different name when he was in the UK. So when he moved back, he already had like songs that have kind of been like in like some form, and then he adapted 2 of them to playing with like me. But like when we first started hanging out, we almost had like a set kind of like ready like within like a few weeks. But when we started really hanging out, I remember he took me out to a bar and got me a little tipsy, and then like when he dropped me back off at my house, where it's like we parked in front of my house, just blasting like heavy ass music, like I Hate God and like stoner metal and stuff.
Shaking your fist in the air, right?
Yeah. So we kind of tried to we still keep some thread of like the fact that there were like garage rock groups in it. Yeah. There's a certain level of like I don't want to say it's like pop sensibility, or like there are some legs of that in there, but it's just we brought in all the other shit that we listened to, all the heavy stuff and the weirder psych stuff all those things. So
Right on. So I guess it's just much more of a guilty question for me, y'all. But as far as what type of music do you guys listen to on the daily basis? What's something that you're playing constantly on repeat?
Oh man, that's hard. Man, like I really like chopped and screwed music. I guess DJ Screw.
Yeah.
He's from Houston, right? Like 3-6 Mafia. I like vaporwave and shit. There's an album I really like called Chipmunks on 16 speed, and they take this Chipmunks record, and it's all these 80 songs, it's like the Chipmunks, album of the Chipmunks, and then they put it on like 33 speed, so it's real slow, and it sounds like Danzig. And I'm super into that, like just slow down shit.
like my junk food of music is I listen to a lot of stoner metal and dark psych and stuff like that. We were blasting it's a toss out to a band, I believe that's from here, called The Well. Yeah, we were blasting The Well on the way in here, trying to get into the vibe of the whole Austin thing. But yeah, I like it bounce around. We both have relatively eclectic influences, I actually do spend a lot of time listening to other people's music. Just from that we're gonna play with. I try to give them a good shake. So most of the time when I'm consuming music, it's when I'm working out or walking and doing stuff like that, driving. I think, do you listen to music when you skate or just
Yeah, it'll depend on if I'm trying to get really gnarly, or I'm just cruising, you know what I mean? So I don't know, if I'm trying to get pitted, dude. Probably
Tony Hawk Pro Skater thing. Do you put that on?
Do I put the Tony Hawk Pro Skater soundtrack
you
on?
You have to. If you're skating, you have to. That's a culture thing, man.
Yeah, I'll put Dead Kennedy's police truck, Holiday in Cambodia. Yeah, that stuff. Yeah, CKY. 96 bit of beings. I'll fucking smash that multiple times in a sesh.
So I guess my question rather now for you guys, who has the aux cable in the car? Who's in charge of it?
My phone's connected to the CarPlay right now. But I mean, we try to be diplomatic. Does
it work out for the most part?
Well, there's two different things. Sometimes even just to preserve his voice, we're comfortable in silence with not talking. So a lot of times, sometimes if I want to listen to something and he wants to kind of vibe out on something else, he just puts his AirPods in.
Yeah.
I don't put earphones in because I still need to hear the road music. I do the vast majority of the driving because of my own neuroses.
Yeah.
I was involved in a lot of car accidents as a passenger.
Yeah.
So it's just kind of my own thing that I always feel I feel better driving.
Just take care, do it yourself, right?
I mean, it's a PTSD thing, really. It's I feel if I'm driving, I'm in control.
He's lying. He just wants the aux.
It's valid though.
Worked. It worked, right?
Yeah, right. So there you go. So Ken, now if you guys could partner with one other band, if you can just think about partnering with one other band, who do you think it might be? Or rather, let's throw it out there, maybe two bands. If you can partner with two bands, maybe at the same time or at separate times, who would it be and why?
To play a show or something?
Yeah.
What do you mean? Oh man, shit.
Or maybe, or perhaps collaborating with each other.
Ed Schrader's Music Beat from Baltimore. I'd collaborate with them. And then I guess the other band, I don't know. Probably I love to collaborate with Sleaford Mods. Yeah.
I'd say on an accessible level, one of our buddies in a really tight band called Pink Mexico.
Yeah.
And I've wanted to do something with them for a long time.
Yeah.
So that's something I think is possible. Other than that, as far as Dreamless bands, I would love to collaborate with Boris. Or maybe, and I don't think it's gonna happen, but maybe Steve Brooks from Torch. And
just look at the camera and manifest it.
Oh, manifest it?
Manifest it.
Steve Brooks from Torch, and is also in Floor. Mostly because I'm already the drummer, so the drummer for Torch is sick, so we could do two drummers if you want, But those just ones came to mind. Boris, I'm a huge mark for Boris, so I also they put out a ton of material, so maybe they would give us a shake,
Yeah, gotcha. So kind of now, again, kind of wrapping everything up now, kind of looking at your past selves now. if you're looking at from when you guys were smaller to now when you guys are at this level, what would you tell your younger selves? Would you give yourself any words of wisdom, perhaps, or anything like that?
Yeah, I'd just say like, just do what you think is cool. Like, don't worry about it. Just do what you think do what makes you like go, oh, this is sick. You know what I mean? And like, that's kind of the key to it. Just like be in your own little bubble, believe your own bullshit, and just like keep working at it. You know what I mean? Don't get like annoyed with other people's opinions.
It's kind of more of the same. Like it's hard to see kind of where you're at. I think it's one of the curses of being like a performer, an artist, is that like you're always your own worst critic. So it's you see enough of like seeing people like you reach out to us and like seeing people show up to shows where you start to realize that like it's not just numbers on a screen, it's like actually connecting with people. Yeah. Like a couple months back, we had someone that like got our artwork tattooed on them.
Oh wow.
So like, it's getting to the point now where we're going like, oh, it's like this actually like is connecting with people enough to like, permanently or semi-permanently mar their body,
Yeah, right on. Well, do you guys want to, I don't know, shout anything out right now before we head out? Is there anything you want to...
Shouts out Meth Rats. Shouts out Zip Tie Handcuffs. Shouts out Sun Voyager.
Yeah, just King Pizza in general.
Shouts out King Pizza. Shouts out Valley Delinquent. Shouts out Destructo Disc. Shouts out my mom. No respect, I love you.
He already covered most of them. I mean, I feel like we're like a PSA right now.
You can shout out that band. You listen to the album, the Chipmunks one.
I'm gonna shout out my marks. I got my marks, my wrestling marks. Yeah, I mean that's it. We already name dropped a bunch. Meth Rats. I always drop Meth Rats. That dude recorded our last album, and their band's sick as hell. They should come down to Austin eventually.
Right on, yeah. Right. Well, thanks y'all for joining in. Again, this has been another episode, right, of All Access. Again, this is an interesting one. Again, I've never done this out here.
See how it goes with the sound there.
So, again, thank you guys for just taking the time out of your day just to come in and talk to some kid from college. So,
by all means, man.
Yeah. So, other than that, like I said, you guys can follow them at Teen Mortgage on Instagram. Or do you guys have like a MySpace or something like that?
It's teen_mortgage on most platforms. Sorry, it's like teen_mortgage on Instagram, Facebook.com/teen mortgage. You could just Google it. It'll all come up on Google. Yeah.
Oh, I should shout out my other band too. I'm in another band called Tired All the Time.
There you go, right?
They had a good shake. If you like kind of weird like indie synthwave stuff with like Mountain Goats type lyrics, like give it a shake. So that's actually what I'm doing when I go home. So I'm going right back out with Tired All the Time.
There you go.
Yeah.
Well, thanks y'all, and we'll see you guys on the next one. Appreciate you guys. See ya.